now, ladies and gentlemen,
the time has come.
Salutations all, welcome back to more Pokemon Red. Now, as you know, I did a bit of grinding in between parts, and I'm just going to quick show you guys what I've done. As you can see, all of my Pokemon except for these two are level 50. The reason these two aren't level 50 is because they were not very good against a lot of the wild encounters in the Victory Road. Now, in terms of new moves, I don't think there were too many additions. Although, if I remember correctly, Doris did learn probably one of the best fire-type moves in the game, which is Flamethrower. Now, essentially, Flamethrower is to Surf as Fire Blast is to Hydro Pump. It hits more accurately, it's not as strong, but it's still really strong and still really useful, and it has exactly 15 power points. It's also kind of like the Thunderbolt. Like, it's just a really good move overall, and I'm glad we got it. That's the main one I want to get next to Ember, and of course, also, in between episodes, I went and bought a bunch of items. We have a lot more revives, full restores, full heals. Full restores, I believe, are all of your health, as well as all your status ailments. And then we have some max potions here. I'm not too worried about those, though. Hello there. From here on, you face the Elite Four one by one. If you win, a door opens to the next trainer. Good luck. They don't tell you this, but you actually cannot leave once you go in this door. We can't go back and try to go back and heal. This is why you need to have all the resources you need. Someone's voice, don't run away. That's kind of weird. In every other game, they make it very clear that that is a rule, but anyway. The first member of the Elite Four here is Lorelei, the Ice-type Elite Four member. Welcome to the Pokemon League. I am Lorelei of the Elite Four. No one can best me when it comes to icy Pokemon. Freezing moves are powerful. Your Pokemon will be at my mercy when they are frozen solid. Ha! Are you ready? So, in this generation there aren't a lot of ice types. Certainly not a lot of pure ice types. I don't even think there are any, period. So as such, he has a lot of water types mixed in. Which, you know, it means you're gonna have to do a bit more than just bring a fire type, especially since fire is actually weak to water. And as you can see, levels are very high. We're absolutely gonna need to switch out to a Pokemon a bit stronger. See how much the Thunder does for Marty here. Okay, we're close, and he's... Okay, Lorelei uses Super Potion. Thunderbolt should still take it out, right? Maybe? If Thunder did over most of its health... Okay, yeah, Thunderbolt took out the Dugong. How much is that for Nikolai and Artie? 1,000 each. We're definitely going to level up a few times within these battles themselves, which I'm not too worried about being a little under-leveled, because we'll be a bit closer by the time we reach the end of this. Cloyster. I don't even know if this is a part ice type. Like, I know it's a water type. Is it part ice as well? So as you can see, Artie's really just handling all of Lorelei's Pokemon on his own. I mean, they are part water type for the most part. There's going to be a couple of... There's a Jinx, I believe, is one of her main Pokemon. Here it is. And this isn't part water type at all. So let's go ahead and use Doris. Let's use a Fire Blast here. This will no doubt one-shot it. I mean, we are lower level, but it's a really strong fire type move. And critical hit, too. It didn't even matter. Last Pokemon, a Lapras. Another water part Pokemon. So again, Artie. That's the way to go. You'll find that a lot of these trainers aren't really consistent with their types, mainly because either they've been running out of types or they've been running out of Pokemon at this point. Either way, this is what we got. And that's the end of Lorelei. You're better than I thought. Go on ahead. So, the door opens up, we can continue onward, and now we're facing off against Bruno, who is the, fighting type, technically, but he doesn't use a lot of fighting types. In fact, he leads with a rock type, if I remember correctly. So let's go ahead and lead with Bobby. I am Bruno of the Elite Four. Through rigorous training, people and Pokemon can become stronger. I've weight trained with my Pokemon, Jockey. We will grind you down with our superior power. Hoo-ha! So, this is Bruno, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, there was a very interesting video I had watched a while ago that was a theory on how Bruno is actually Ash's father. You know, at many points they'd spoken about how Ash's father was a great and powerful trainer. Bruno looks a lot like Ash, and he also lives near Pallet Town or something in the anime, I'm pretty sure. And not to mention to explain why he hardly ever sees Ash, considering he's busy being part of the Elite Four. So, yeah, I think it's an interesting theory, and it holds up. Speaking of the anime and Ash, at the time of this recording, Ash has finally won the league, and I almost wonder, does it really matter at this point? I mean, I think the perfect time to have done it would have been during X and Y, because in my eyes, that was the height of Pokemon's popularity. Even when Sun and Moon were coming out, people were still into that anime because of the X, Y, and Z bit that got people thinking, oh, is there going to be a Z version or something? But the thing is, at this point, in Sun and Moon, Ash wins the Pokemon League, okay, but people are already prepared for Sword and Shield and whatever anime they have for that. And I imagine it's somewhat satisfying, but I also imagine it's kind of upsetting that he didn't win in so many other instances when it was so easy for the writers to make it happen now. By the way, this is a brand new Pokemon we haven't seen yet, Machamp. This is the train evolution of Machoke. He's a 4-armed dude, he's a Goro pretty much. Neck and Cole one-shotting him, very nice. Bruno was no challenge whatsoever, as you saw. I think he's the easiest of the Elite Four in this game, at least in my opinion. My job is done! Go face your next challenge! Alright, bye. Now, the Elite Four are characters I don't really find interesting myself. That's just me. But, one of the more interesting characters is this one here, Agatha. Hello.
I am Agatha of the Elite Four. Oak's taken a lot of interest in you, child. That old duff was once tough and handsome. That was decades ago. Now he just wants to fiddle with his Pokédex. He's wrong. Pokemon are for fighting.
Jockey.
I'll show you how a real trainer fights.
So Agatha immediately makes herself more interesting because she knew Oak when he was young, and she talks about her ideals and the way Pokemon should be handled. It's interesting. Certainly more interesting than Bruno, who's just like, Pokemon are about strength, now let's fight. By the way, Gengar here, the evolution of Haunter, I don't think we've seen him yet. I'm pretty sure we haven't, but here he is. He's a pretty neat Pokemon. I don't know why he used Dream Eater on us when we're not asleep. We're gonna have to be very careful with Nat King Cole, because I'm just realizing now we only have a few uses left of Psychic, and that's his only attacking move, so once he loses that, he's kinda useless. Since I want to save some Psychics on Nat King Cole, let's actually for this Haunter go out with Nikolai, because he has a couple of Bug-type moves, and those are super effective, seeing as how he's part Poison. Confuse Ray, oh that's not good. See, that's part of the reason it was so difficult to train. Artie, the one Pokemon he's good against in the cave is Golbat. Or at least that's the one high-level Pokemon Artie's good against, because other than that it's like Onix and Marowak and stuff that he can't really deal with, or Graveler. But he could deal with the Golbats. Issue is, Golbat had both Confused Ray and Supersonic, so Artie kept hitting himself while grinding, and I couldn't get him all the way up to 50 like I could some of the others. Agatha withdrew Haunter and sent out Arbok. Really? I mean, this is still weak to Bug. I mean, I guess I'll take it. In fact, we're gonna take care of him with the next Twin Needle here. We have plenty of Twin Needles left, too. Glare, ooh. Okay, that's fine. We have full heals. We don't have to worry about that. We'll get Nikolai out of here anyway. After he takes out this Arbok. Anthony can handle these guys again. Part Poison. That's the thing. And yeah, you did see that right. There was an Arbok in this Ghost-type trainer's team. It's kind of odd. Wow, nice crit there, Anthony. Anthony did probably the best in terms of grinding, considering the encounters were like all rock types and he was ground type and such, and he had a lot of power points on his moves. Like he could use digs or earthquakes, or he could use his slashes on the low level ones that would occasionally appear. Nightshade, that's actually a pretty good move once you get past like level 50, because then you're doing okay damage with it. But then again, if you're around level 50, chances are you have moves doing a lot more than 50 at that point.
You win. I see what the old duff sees in you now. I have nothing else to say. Run along now, child.
She's interesting, disturbing, and interesting at the same time.